We are back from hiatus.
Welcome back to Shakespeare's Test Kitchen.
Episode 6.
Where I have a ridiculous mustache. Hey! Since bread... She made me do it. This week, we're working on gingerbread.
Gingerbread!
Gingerbread actually appears in a couple of Shakespeare's plays, most notably and, well, adorably, in Love's Labour's Lost.
The clown, Costard, is a great admirer of fancy words, and he is so impressed with his friend Moth's wit and vocabulary that he exclaims, "And I had but 1 penny in the world, thou shouldst have it to buy gingerbread." The word gingerbread has been applied to a variety of foods, from cakes and cookies, biscuits and snaps, but throughout its culinary history, it has never actually been a bread, and it has no etymological connection to that word.
To get to the bottom of this mystery, we're going to send you to our affiliates in Winona, Minnesota, the linguistics experts, Jenni, Jack, and Jasper.
The word gingerbread was derived from a Sanskrit word, singaber, meaning horn-shaped, or referring to the ginger antler-like rhizome.
This word was the basis for the Latin term zingabar, which morphed into the Old French
Gingerbread. The French word traveled to medieval England with William the Conqueror, where it was gently mangled into gingerbread before evolving into our modern English gingerbread.
However convoluted the name, in Elizabethan England, gingerbread was a big deal. Gingerbread cookies were sold at festivals called gingerbread fairs. These gingerbread cookies were called fairings, and they were shaped like hearts and flowers and birds, and they were super highly decorated. The first gingerbread structures were likely made in Germany, but Queen Elizabeth I gets the credit for the idea of making the first gingerbread man. She flattered visiting dignitaries by presenting them with their likeness molded in gingerbread, fashioned in fabulous edible outfits, and decorated in gold.
She also commissioned gingerbread versions of her favorite suitors. This led to a tradition in England of young women consuming gingerbread men called husbands. in order to ensure that one day they would find a real human version of their gingerbread man. This seems like a setup for disappointment.
But I want to know what that connection is. Like, oh, I'm so lonely. I do hope that one day I'll find a husband. I don't know what to do.
I just love the idea that you find this a foreign and crazy concept that someone might replace love with the idea of eating cookies.
Yeah, no, actually, that makes perfect sense. That's how I found Chris.
Since paper was very costly, gingerbread's ability to be molded and embossed was put to good use as a teaching tool. This is really true. And I'm going to say it out loud. Children during Elizabethan England were taught to read with devices. They were called horn books, flat boards made of wood, metal, or ivory. Now, gingerbread horn books were very popular because when the student learned the letter, he was allowed to eat it as a reward.
Brilliant! Medieval monks used gingerbread as a medium for teaching religious instruction. They pressed the dough into elaborately carved molds that depicted saints and other religious images. These gingerbreads were then used for the religious education of the villagers.
Okay, now we have to proceed to the sad part of the story. King James I's succession in 1603 marked the end of gingerbread's heyday in England. The idolatrous gingerbread all but disappeared from fairs and festivals in newly Protestant countries. After a brief mention of gingerbread in Henry IV Part I in 1597, Shakespeare never again references it in any of his plays. How did anybody find a husband?
Medieval gingerbread recipes were made with grated breadcrumbs and seasoned with spices like pepper and held together with wine or honey. A published recipe from the Tudor period comes from John Morell's book of recipes titled A Delightful Daily Exercise for Ladies and Gentlewomen, subtitled Whereby They May Learn and Practice the Whole Art of Making Pastes, Preserves, Marmalades, Conserves, Tart Stuffs, Jellies, Breads, sucket candies, cordial waters, conceits and sugar works of several kinds, as also to dry lemons, oranges, or other fruits, newly set forth according to the now approved recipes used by both honorable and worshipful personages. You're welcome, ladies. Enjoy! Tudor gingerbread generally used an almond base rather than flour. So this is a great gluten-free dessert option.
That means it's healthy and I can eat as much as I want.
That's what it means. You will need 1 1/2 cup of blanched almonds, 1 1/2 cup of sifted confectioners sugar, 1 egg white lightly beaten. All the almonds, 1/3 of the sugar. Add the rest of your sugar.
Add the egg. Oh, that looks good.
So now we're going to take our almond paste, put it on some plastic wrap, and roll it into a log. First thing you're going to do is grate your almond paste into a bowl.
Grating the...
Family show. You're going to add your rose water to your gum arabic and stir it together to combine.
The gum arabic is actually what they called dragagant.
1 teaspoon of rose water and 1 teaspoon of water. 1 teaspoon of dragagant. Stir to combine. 1/2 cup of confectioner sugar and 1 tablespoon of ground ginger and sift them together. Now you'll add your gum arabic and rose water, and now you'll add your almond paste and stir until it's combined really well.
Preheat your oven to 200 degrees. We have a gingerbread man. In celebration of Queen Elizabeth, a crown, a scepter.
So what is it that we love to learn about and really feel the need to celebrate?
Dinosaurs.
So now you'll roll out your gingerbread until it's approximately 1/4 of an inch thick. Then you just stamp it with your own designs, whatever you want it to be.
That looks amazing.
And now we'll put these in the oven to bake at 200 degrees for 20 minutes. Then we'll turn the oven off and leave them inside to rest for a further 15 minutes. Now we're gonna let them cool on the rack. During the Elizabethan times, these would have been elaborately decorated with gold leaf. We are going to elaborately decorate our cookies with gold and red goop and some silver buttons.
Oh, I'm eating the hornbook. I have learned my letter. The letter A. It's really good. It's kind of a marzipan consistency. It's not like what you think of as gingerbread.
It's a good amount of ginger. I approve. Hey, Jenny and Jack and Jasper, how are yours?
Oh, it smells good.
Really good.
Oh, really?
Called,
These are good.
Elizabethan gingerbread.
For a complete list of ingredients and the full recipe, you can check out the description below.
Tune in next time for Shakespeare's Test Kitchen.
I'm off to find my next husband.
Oh, you bit off his head.
I'm giving all my love to one baby. Heaven help me if my baby don't come through.